It's just like just talking to a friend, man. Just kind of just that's what it is. It's just because once you connect, the person on the other side has to be comfortable. Once they relax, what we did with Oropeza, because he had an accent. He's between Spanish and English, so he couldn't express himself. So he was always stuttering.
Nervous about
I don't know how to say. Then he's like, "Oh, you know what? Can we stop?" I go, "Sure." So I went to use the bathroom. And then Eric was talking to him like, just drinking a beer, talking to him like normal. He was just talking normal. I go, I got it, Eric. I go get some beers. So we got some beers. We just sit there and talked, right? And he was just telling us, and then I got into stories, and he was opening up. He was speaking clear. Relaxed. And then I just told the camera guy, roll, man, just on the side, And we filmed it just like that. And he goes, wow. He goes, it was so easy afterwards, man. I go, it's just trying to get relaxed,
You're not on yet, man. Don't worry. Right. I'm just setting up the jam. Oh, iPhones, man, they do everything.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know I was gonna take this kind of serious, so I bought the cheapest shit.
You know what? I'm thinking about switching back to the iPhone, man, because it's just, I don't know. It's good when you're out of the country.
Okay. As soon as I get my tripod to work, we're gonna be live now. Oh, what the heck with this thing? I swear it looks like I got it at the 99-cent store.
They don't have where you can lock up?
It doesn't lock up. It locks up on this one, but for some reason it doesn't lock up there. All right, guys. We're here with my good friend Compton David, and I'm gonna ask him some of these these questions. This Asking Friends series. This is episode number 5. So excited to have David here for a good 20-25 minutes for these questions, and I'm just gonna get right into him. I'll flip you guys over and put the screen on him, and we'll go from there. Get the frame right. All right, David, you're on the frame, bud.
Okay, man. Appreciate it. Very honored to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. So, I have 10 kind of questions written down that I ask everybody, and you can just answer them however you want, or just skip them, or whatever. You know what I mean? They're no big deal. So,
okay.
If it's something you don't like a couple are about a TV show. If you don't watch it, then it's I don't watch it. You know what I mean? So I'll just start with the first question, man, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So, what did you want to be when you were young?
When I was young, that's a funny question. I would say an astronaut, because I was raised in the '60s, so everything was like the Jetsons or space, or something pertaining to that. So even the cars were designed like spaceships. Yeah. So I guess kids at that time were into space was a big thing, But
they were really promoting the idea of what they thought space and the future would look like, right?
Exactly. So everybody was into space, so that was a big thing, but it didn't work out. So I kind of went to space on another level,
Yeah, that's tight, man. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna hit the next question now. What are you afraid of?
God.
Like the uncertainty, or just answering to?
I'm a believer, in Jesus Christ, and I think if there's anything to be afraid of is God Himself. That's the only thing I fear.
Yeah.
I don't have fear of man or anything like that, but I do have fear of my faith.
Supreme power.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's some real shit. Okay, and these questions, man, they kind of go they're really different, Cool. So I just kind of pop them out there,
Yeah.
So the next one is, what do you love about yourself?
What do I love about myself? I'm not really into myself. It's kind of a hard question for me. It's
be humble and answer that.
I think the only thing I would say is my grandkids and my family. That's my accomplishments, that they didn't turn out. My kids didn't turn out like me. I never wanted them to be a reflection of me, or be in gangs or drugs and stuff like that. So my goal was to stop that revolving door and to turn it around. And the fact that they didn't end up like me is a blessing. To me, I was I don't know, generations and after generations, you just create this revolving door, and everybody always ends up in prison. I go, we don't have to go to prison, you know.
Yeah.
We could be something. And now that I travel and I see the world, that's what I want them to do, you know.
Yeah.
I go, because there is a world. We live in this little box called LA, and we figure there's nothing outside that barrier, and there is, you know.
Yeah, that's dope, man. It's nice that you have the wherewithal to kind of change the cycle, because I know that if you're in the neighborhood, you really don't think outside of the neighborhood sometimes, you know.
No, because you just you don't think. I think when I grew up, I didn't think you don't think you're going to live to grow old. You know, we're all going to die young, because everyone was dying every day. You know, so you just lived for that day and partied like hell, because tomorrow was promised to nobody. You know.
I saw a quote the other day that kind of goes in line with this a little bit, and it's a rich family plans for 3 generations, a poor family plans for the weekend.
That's
and it's
it.
like that mentality that you get when you're kind of in the hood or growing up. You don't think in generational terms. You just think of like party, whatever. Like your brain hasn't got that deep, and it's really nice when you can change that cycle and think
I
deep.
think as a kid you have dreams, but then when you get old enough to realize reality and see what's around you, your whole mentality changes. You know, it's all about survival now, and you know that, you know what, it's not what you used to think when you were young. You know, this is real. It's happening. You know.
Jesse the barber says hi.
Oh, cool.
They pop up on the screen.
Tell him I gotta see him soon.
Okay, the next one is the last question was, what do you love about yourself? And then we got into some other shit. And then the next question I like to hit is, what don't you like? You know, what don't you like about yourself?
What I don't like about myself? I don't think I have anything I don't like about myself. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with who I am. You know, I'm a for real person. What I don't like is, I don't like fake people, you know. That's my thing, you know. I like real people, and if you're real, then we'll get along great. But if you're not, I mean, we're going to collide, and it's just going to end real quick, you know. And it happens.
Yeah. A lot of fake phonies out there.
Oh yeah.
More now than ever. You know, people used to be accountable for like their actions and their words, and now people aren't. So they're just faking all over the place.
Now that tattoo is pretty much the thing. You know, everybody wants to have that look. They want to do their face and their neck and their arms, and the rest of the body's blank. You know, they just want that look, and they want it like yesterday. You know, and they don't want to put in the work, or you know, they don't deserve it really.
It's like a generational thing, right? Like people don't believe in like the process; they just want the result.
That's it.
And there's a lot of like kind of credibility and respect that comes with the process and the dues paying, and to sit through the rib pieces and the armpit tattoos, and then get the visible ones
later. Down the line. You know, that's how I did it. I did. Last thing was my head. You know, the top of the head, but the neck ones I had since 40-something years ago, but. Back then you couldn't do up the neck up and the hands and the feet, you know. Believe it or not, they had, I guess, rules or laws or something pertaining to that, but we never did follow the rules. Still did it.
I always, I battle with the idea as a tattooer myself of like, where do you hold the line? Like how hard do you hold true to those values? Like right now you see people getting neck and hand tattoos left and right, and artists doing it left and right, and it's like I feel like I explain it as like I feel like I have my finger in the dam and there's just water gushing over the sides when it comes to like this ethic. And then sometimes I just feel silly for even caring anymore. You know, like people get their necks blasted without their torsos, and like who am I to judge that? And I don't know like where my place is to like not kind of enforce it. I mean, I don't do it. I won't do your hands or neck unless you're heavily tattooed, you know, but I kind of like trying to think like at what point does the generational process and growth and acceptance affect like these old values and the old rite of passage and stuff? Like where do we draw the line, you know?
It goes to the values. Is because when you did body tattoos, people did get body tattoos down to the Iceman. Every indication on him had a meaning. He had to earn those. He just didn't put them on. It was for battle, or it was for hunting, or for whatever it was. Those symbols all meant something. the way I was brought up, it was the same. It's the same way, you know. It all has meaning. It pertains to your life. It all means something. You just don't put it on you just to do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
It should have meaning. It should. Yes, it's an art form, you know, but people have been getting tattooed before it was a beautiful art form, you know, but it always had meaning. Now we're losing that meaning and it's just going to the beautiful art, and they're putting just whatever, Masonic signs on them. You ask them, well, what is that? Oh, I don't know. It just looks cool, man. You know? Well, yeah, I guess. You know, if you call it cool, that's all right. You're going to live with it, not me, you know. But you should know what you're putting on you and why you have it on you, you know.
Yeah. I think the young people get really defensive when you try to check them, but if they would just kind of stop and think and be like, you know what, these guys are saying something to me for a reason. They're thinking that way for a reason.
They said you can read a man just by, if he took his shirt off, you can pretty much figure him out what he's about just by looking at what he has on him.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much, it just kind of bleeds out of you, you know what I mean? I could see what a person's all about just by looking at his tattoos. I could just almost figure him out.
Yeah.
Because he's expressing himself.
Yeah.
It's really him coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do it correctly.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it just for the art and the look, then that's just a whole different thing. There's no meaning. It's just total art and has no meaning whatsoever. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we could go all day about discussing this. Yeah. But I'm gonna hop on to some more questions.
Okay.
And like I said, they go all over the place. So the next one is, which house would you belong to on the Game of Thrones? I don't know if you watched that show.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
It's just like a weird HBO show that was really popular this last few years. But I think you're probably more cool for not knowing about it.
No, I don't know. I just don't get into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, we're moving on.
All right.
If you get a new tattoo, what would it be? I don't know if you have any really space left.
I don't have any space left, but if I were to get a new tattoo, like try to squeeze something in now, or just in general?
Like if you're thinking about your next one, or if there's something that you would get next, do you think? What would it be?
That'd be my grandkids.
Like their names or portraits?
Portraits, yeah, because I have 9 now.
Wow.
I have 3 on me, but since then I've had 5 more. So you know, I wish I had more skin, because my family means the world to me. My grandkids, and I want them all with me. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, I wish I had more room to put them. Well, I have a little room on my on my ass, but I want to put my grandkids in my ass. You know.
Yeah, man, I'm always super impressed when I see all your work. You know, it's just like you're really carrying around like a Sistine Chapel. You know what I mean? Like you're walking around with like such beautiful art by such rad artists. Some I know, some I don't know. But there's something really special about wearing that to your grave. Out of all the shit that fades away and the things that disappear.
That's the thing. I think it's a misconception. People think that you get a tattoo, it's for life. Actually, it's not. I mean, they don't realize that you actually have to maintain that tattoo, or at least I do, you know, because when I say, hey, this piece is from Chewy or Franco or Freddie Negretti or Jack Rudy, I wanted to keep it vibrant and always keep it fresh, so I go over it. I've actually gone to my body entirely twice. I'm going on a 3rd time now, and I'm going to always tone it up. And it never ends, you know. It's just, I love to get tattooed and it never ends, but I like to keep it tight, so when you display it, it always looks good, you know, and not faded and drawn out, because the body does draw after years, after 20-something years. See, a lot of these people are getting tattooed now, but I've been doing this 40-something years, so I know it draws, you know, and it's going to draw out.
Someone asked on here, and I usually don't like to pop on the questions, but I'll ask. Would you ever get laser tattoo removal?
Sure, I've been getting lasered. I did lasering for 5.5 years. Yeah, sure, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, because I believe in I'm always upgrading, you know, and I've had stuff. Some of my first stuff was from the Pike, and you know, it was just traditional, not against traditional or none, but that's all that was out back then professionally, you know. And through the prison system, you start seeing this new style coming out, the fine line, and I was like, man, I want that. Like, you know, this is photorealism, man. You know, it's like, it's different, you know. And I just kind of really got into that, and I go, man, I'm gonna take some of the old stuff off. So it took me 5.5 years, but I did it.
Is it as is it as hard as people say? Because people instantly go, "Oh man, it hurts so bad."
Oh, it's extremely painful.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's painful. I mean, I'll take 3 tattoo guns on me, 3 people hitting on me for laser is extremely painful. You know, I don't care what they say. They could try to numb it or whatever the hell they do, man. That laser is, it just tears you up, man.
I got a little tiny hit of a removal when I was in Ireland. Our friend Ross Nagel has a removal in the back of his shop, and it was so quick it wasn't that bad. So my experience was like 20 minutes. You know.
Oh yeah, but see, if you're doing something small, yeah, it's simple.
Bad.
But I would do like for the people I would go to like $100, as much as you could take.
Yeah.
Well, I would do my whole arm. I'd do my whole shoulder. I'd do the whole back. I do so much for $100 because I want to get my money's worth. But then I'm coming out of the doctor's office just shaking from just trauma, from just trying to hold on, But I got my $100 worth.
And did to go along with the removal thing, did it bubble up really crazy, blister in some spots? Because the little bit I did I noticed that it really some really big blisters that were crazy looking.
It did for me. It did for me. I mean. If my wife was here, she'd tell you, because she used to patch me up, after I would do it. And she goes, "Man, I can't believe you do this to yourself. Like, it's the whole back, the entire back. I mean, that big, all the way across, blistered up." She goes, and then I would go to work. She goes, "How do you do it?" And they're popping in my back. I could feel them popping and stuff. It's like
so gross.
I'm telling you, man, I did some crazy things. But you know what? You do it all. I did it all because I really. It wasn't a fad for me. I really loved what I was doing, and I wanted to do it correctly, And the thing is if it takes the pain to make things right, then I'll go through it,
And the pain goes away.
Oh, the pain's a big part of it. Right? I mean, the pain, getting tattooed and getting them off, the pain is so much. And the word tattoo, if you stripped away that word pain, what do you have left? The pain is everything because you have to earn it.
Yeah.
If you don't earn it, if it was given, I mean, Jeff Rudy, he said it himself. If it was painless, then every pussy in the world would have one, And it's true. Yeah. It's literally true. You have to earn it, just like anything there is in life, because you appreciate it more. You're going to appreciate it more. Done right, you're going to like it, and you know what you went through to get it and how much it cost. The money's a big factor because the man he's got to eat and pay his bills too, Yeah. And then too, that's just the way the world is,
Yeah. Cool, man.
What else you got there?
Okay, so now I'm going to hop to a whole nother other thing. I got a quick question that's Seinfeld or Friends?
I'd say Seinfeld. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like what I was into. I feel like Friends was like a newer show, like a newer generation show, but it's just a fun question I like to ask because I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I'm not a big fan of anything, but I always like Seinfeld. Okay, I'm going on to another one.
Okay.
What do you think the appropriate age for a child to have like an iPhone or an iPad is? Like a tablet or something like that?
Well, I mean, my grandkids have them. I mean, I really don't think they should be young. I mean, personally, I don't think so because it draws away. They get so hypnotized on it, just like TV. I mean, they're stuck on cartoons so much, and you try to talk to them and they just tune you out. They're just locked in it. It's like the Xbox, those video games things. My grandson, I mean, I could tell him, a bomb's going off, and he wouldn't even listen, because he's so tied in. Yeah, he's tied into it,
Okay. Yeah, and I know like some of the other guys, everyone had a different kind of answer, and I think the general consensus was it's case by case a lot of times with the kids and just how they are, and if you need to help them be quiet at the dinner table and at a restaurant, like a nice little video can quiet them down, or like there's different, I guess, reasons.
We all know our kids.
Yeah.
If you know them, you know more or less. If you just want to just shut them up and toss them to bed, that's it.
Tim had a funny comment. He said his mom used to say, "Tim, don't listen to anybody. Do whatever works for you, whatever you need to do to survive."
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
But I don't know, not having any kids, I haven't had to really examine that idea, but I mean, as I've gotten older, I think about having them and I wonder what I would do,
so. I think times have changed because I think when I grew up, it was one person worked, like one family, like your dad only worked, mom stayed at home. Nowadays, you're both working, so I mean, the kids gotta get entertained somehow, and that's one of the tools they use. It's sad, but
it is
it's what it is.
It's sad that most homes are two working parents. It's kind of a rough one because the kids are the future, and if the future is being babysat by television and cartoons and video games, it's interesting to see what's going to happen to us when we're old.
Exactly.
Okay, next one. Are you afraid to cry?
No. No. I think a real man, you need to in this life, as if holding it in it will eat you alive, But something I've learned probably my first day when I was in juvenile hall is you never show it, and I don't think not too many people could tell you, my wife or my sons has ever seen me do that, I've lost my brothers, I've lost 2 brothers, I lost my grandmother, I've lost so many people in my life, but I do it my own private way by myself,
Yeah.
But I'm not ashamed to tell people I do. Yeah, I do. I'm human, and you only can take so much, and I think it releases and it feels good. Just like with me is laughter, I like to laugh, man, because it releases stress, man. Go to a comedy club and have a good laugh when you're stressed out. Man, you feel so much better because holding that all on, man, just builds a time bomb. It eats you alive.
I was just talking to my lady about laughter, and I've been listening to audiobooks and books on tape, and I listened to this one about a comedian, and the whole lifestyle of this comedian is you notice jokes, you're thinking of new jokes, so you're just kind of consumed with laughter because you're kind of playing on things that are funny. And in our day-to-day life, we don't always think like that. We don't think for laughter, or we don't use our humor or look to enhance it. And I think I was telling my lady, I was like, I really want to pay attention to humor, you know what I mean? Just paying attention to find humor in things and laugh more, because man, it's the best medicine. It really is.
I think I got it out of life because life has tossed me so many crappy balls my way. It's just like, what else can you do but just laugh about it? You know what I mean? This is going on. So many things going on. And I just at the end, man, I just sit back and say, screw it, just laugh, man. It's typical life, man. That's all it is, and just, hey, good times, bad times, And you know what? Tomorrow's another day, man, and it changes. It's not that way forever.
Well, it's funny. You can feel so bad about life one day, and then go to bed and wake up and feel a whole different. It's so amazing how much just our minds are crazy.
Yeah.
One more part of that question was. I usually ask it with "Are you afraid to cry?" Was when's the last time you cried? I don't know if you remember the last moment or time.
Not right offhand. No, I don't think so. But it would have to be for I think with my brother, or just recently with my dad being in the hospital. Not knowing that he was going to make it, just not in a week ago, and it's kind of all I have left. My family, and it bothered me, but. It's one thing. I don't think anybody's honest should be ashamed of something like that. If people ask you, do you cry? Come on, dude. I mean, just by you lying and say that, no, I'm so damn macho, I'm so tough that I don't cry. Quit lying.
Yeah.
Be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be real to yourself, man. Because you're human. Unless you're dead inside or something's critically wrong with you. I mean, a real person will tell you the truth.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah.
Okay, that's almost 10, and then I just have some random ones that I'm just messing with. So I'll ask you a few more.
Yeah.
And then we'll flip the camera around and see if anybody that's watching has any questions.
Okay.
So a few more. Love or money?
Love or money? I'll take love.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hell with the money, man. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, it don't matter. Money can't. People think it can buy you happiness, but no, it can't.
Yeah.
It just can't. I mean, just look at all the famous people in this world. Are they happy?
Yeah.
No, they honestly ain't. They got 15 different divorces going on, or all this crazy stuff in their life. So no, I don't think it buys you happiness.
Yeah, I agree. Fame or respect?
Respect, 100%.
Yeah, man.
You gotta earn that. Just what I mean. These are things you have to earn.
Yeah.
And it means more to me to have a man's respect than to have money or anything, you know, because I can work and always make money.
Yeah.
But respect you can't buy.
Yeah.
You have to earn it.
You can't take your ego to the bank and cash it.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone saying fame that I have sitting here in front of me, because most of the people that I have here are people I respect, like you.
But there is people who do. You know,
Yeah,
they got it all wrong. And sadly, that they're going to find out differently. I mean, I hope they get their little fame that they want and stuff. But you know what? Too, once you're up there and you get your fame, you know what? When you turn around, no one's going to be behind you. You know, you got no family, you got no one. You're a miserable man. You know, so respect's always number one. You know.
Yeah. Respect is key.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. What's your favorite curse word?
Definitely fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Fuck this. Fuck that. You know.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Do I got anything else here? I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm so stoked that you sat down with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'll flip the camera around. We'll see if any of these guys watching have any questions. You know, they may want to ask you about your tattoos or stuff like that. So
Sure.
I'll pull up a chair next to you and we'll flip this camera around. So let's see. You can see the frame there. Let's see how it looks.
Cool. I can see myself. All right.
What's up, you guys? Anybody got any questions before we dip out of here? American Me or Blood In, Blood Out?
Oh,
good question.
Man, that's a good one, man. Oh, man,
That's
you know,
a great
if I had
question.
to choose, okay, I'd say Blood In. Oh, man, that's a hard one. It's probably Blood In, Blood Out, because we always, to this day, me and my kids, we still act like that way.
Yeah.
I watched that thing one time. I can't get out of that acting.
That's good. That's a great question. Someone said, "Did I do any tattoos on you?" Not yet.
Luke, not yet. I'll find something.
Outside of LA, where's your favorite place that you've visited over the years?
Rome.
Rome, huh?
I'd say Rome, yeah. Rome, Italy, man. I mean, you gotta, anyone who's wants to travel, go to Rome. Incredible, beautiful.
As a tattoo collector, what's your opinion on tattoo schools?
Tattoo schools?
Yeah.
What do you mean schools as far as
Like
what?
like there's some people that open up these little tattoo schools where they try to like a barber school where they try to teach a bunch of people how to be tattooers. I don't know. There's not too many of them, and usually tattooers don't like them.
I really don't know much about them, but I mean, I guess if you're an artist, you don't really need a school, you know. I mean,
I think the debate is like apprenticeship maybe versus like going to some school where they try to make money off people.
yeah, I guess schools are cool, you know.
Huh.
But nowadays, there's no secrets no more. I mean, just YouTube it, you know.
Yeah.
Buy the video.
Yeah. Name a tattoo artist, past or present, you would have liked to have gotten tattooed by.
Oh man, Hiroyoshi 3.
Yeah, Hiroyoshi.
I mean, that's him and Philip Liu.
Yeah.
Those two right there that are just. I mean, there's so many people. I don't want to disrespect anyone. There's so many artists I know, but I think Hiroyoshi 3 and Philip Liu are just my total idols, man. There's no one higher. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know.
Yeah.
But there is so many great artists out there now.
Yeah, there's just such amazing artists. Someone asked, how often do you like to get your tattoos refreshed?
It depends on how often they fade. Usually the arm ones go faster because anything on the sun side, like the neck, I've done on this butterfly, I think 4 times. Anything that deals with the sun will fade down faster. So it depends on the area.
Like for me being more in the traditional tattoo world, you know, we've never really thought of reworking tattoos, but it makes sense when you get beautiful fine line work.
Yeah.
Especially, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the last couple questions. If you guys want to ask again, we'll hop on them. But like they come up on here, but then they fade out, so we don't get on them. Which artist from the Pike did you get tattooed by?
You know what? I didn't even get his name because back then it wasn't even important. You know, it was just it was never nobody was collecting or anything like that. You know, so it wasn't the names really didn't matter.
Someone said Old Man Rick.
Right.
Do you know Rick Walters?
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah,
I don't know him
Rick
that well,
Walters.
but I know him, of course.
Yeah.
Do you have any heroes?
Heroes? I mean, personally, if I had to pick a hero, it'd be my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any conventions coming up that you're going to be at?
I'm not sure yet, but I think it might be London. You know, haven't had a phone call from Franco yet, but usually I go with Franco Vescovi in the Vatican, his studio. You know, all the people there.
That's a cool convention, huh? That's
one
one of the best, right?
That is the best in the world. I'm telling you, if you want to ever go to a convention and see the whole world, I'm talking about from China, Russia, Thailand, anywhere in the world, they all come to the greatest tattoo convention on earth, and that is London Convention.
If you could have a conversation with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
A person?
Yeah, if there's somebody that.
Well, just too many. I mean, I couldn't just name one specific, but well, I would love to meet Michelangelo. Yeah,
Cool.
that'd be fascinating.
Amazing artist.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, let's see. What was your last tattoo, and where is it?
My stomach on the Compton. It was just done by Nick's from Australia.
Oh yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food spot in LA?
Oh man.
Some cool questions, right?
Yeah, I mean, just so many good ones. La Baca, it's in La Habra. It's a real good restaurant. They have live entertainment, music, and stuff. I really like that spot a lot.
Oh, all right, man. Well, it's winding down. If there's any last minute questions, we'll answer them. But we're gonna sign off here in a sec. Do you want to show any of your work? I didn't want. I was like saying. I mean, I love seeing you without your shirt off, but I didn't want to ask. Oh, someone asked this question. This is a pretty heavy question. What's the best way to earn respect?
I don't. The best way is just you just
Give it, right?
yeah, give it and just be yourself. I mean, be a real person. You know, don't be a fake person because they'll see right through you. You know.
Who did the piece on your hand? I'm sure you got tons of pieces on your hand.
Probably this one here was Franco. This one was 40-something years ago, originally by Jack Rudy, and the knuckles are Ben Grillo.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Yeah.
So cool.
And this is Fernand Andretti. This one.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, guys. All right, David. Thanks a lot. Yeah, man. We'll
right.
sign off. I mean, people kind of pop them in. Oh, there's one more that I seen earlier. Have you considered tattooing your face?
No. No, I won't do the face. I promise, Mike.
Smart man.
Too, you know, I don't think I need to do my face just to get attention. You know, that's to me. That's what. To me, that's the way I look at people. There's no reason to do the face. You know.
Yeah.
If I did, if I knew I was going to die and I had time, like a couple of weeks or something like that, I'd probably do a death mask.
Something crazy.
You know, something crazy because it don't matter. You know, it's like beam me up, Scotty. It don't matter anymore, type thing. But not to walk around the street. No, you know, nothing like that.
Any tips for upcoming artists? I mean,
Tips.
yeah, like I don't know, young guys that are trying to be tattoo guys, I guess.
I wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think some people on here might think that you're a tattooer. That
I
don't know
I always get that question. People go,
But-
"Hey, when can I get a tattoo from you?" I go, "Man, you're gonna wait a while."
Have you ever done any?
No. I just, you know, I wish I did when I was younger, but now I'm a couple of weeks here, 2 weeks. I'm gonna be 58 years old, so you know I can't hold a straight line like these guys do nowadays. There's no way.
Cool, man. Well, thanks, Dave, for coming through.
Oh man, thank you for having me.
Super dope. So
Appreciate
I'm going
it.
to sign off, and thank you guys for popping in and interacting with some questions. And we'll see you guys next time. So let's see. I always fuck around trying to get this thing turned off. Boom.
And they keep coming. Pump.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to find a good place to stop, you know, because they're cool to answer. So, so we had 170 people looking at it live, and now it'll sit for 24 hours, and so
As I get my tripod to work, we're gonna
that's
be
pretty
live
much what we just did. I mean, I don't know if you want to watch the whole thing right now, but
Sorry, it looks like I got it at the 99-cent store. They don't have where you can lock up. It doesn't lock up. It locks up on this one. For some reason, it doesn't lock up there. All right, guys. We're here with my good friend Compton David, and
so people that are watching, they can just hit the screen, and it's like a liking kind of thing, where they're just giving hearts to it.
So excited to have David here for a good 20-25 minutes for these questions, and I'm just gonna get right into him. I'll flip you guys over and put the screen on him, and we'll go from there. Get the frame right. All right, David, you're on the frame, bud.
It's a nice frame.
Appreciate it. Very honored to be here, man. Yeah, man, you kidding me? This is so cool. So, I have like 10 kind of questions written down that I ask everybody, and you can just like answer them however you want, or just skip them, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're no big deal. So, if it's something you don't like a couple are about like a TV show. If you don't watch it, then it's like I don't watch it. You know what I mean? So I'll just start with the first question, man, and we'll go from there. Okay. So, what did you want to be when you were young?
When I was young, it's a funny question. I would say an astronaut, because I was raised in the 60s, so everything was like the Jetsons or space or, something pertaining to that. So even the cars were just something like spaceships.
Yeah.
So I guess kids at that time were into like space was a big thing, But
They were really promoting like the idea of what they thought space and like the future would look like.
exactly. So everybody was into space, so that was a big thing. But it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Space